Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the lookout for the newest ambassador of a fit and healthy lifestyle with, of course, none other than Century Tuna.
Century Tuna Superbods is the hottest event of this summer. I'm Maysay Magilling. Hi, I'm Shirley Legas Vidaloria.
I think the best quality of a superbod is having a good personality.
To practice self-love and believe in themselves.
Just get protein anywhere you want. That is a Century Tuna.
My name is Nicholas Chua. You can call me Nico for short.
My name is Taylor Toronto. I am
The entire LGBTQI community that we can also be a fit inspiration.
Fitness should be fit.
Diet is really the key to a healthy lifestyle.
A superbod should not just be physically fit or mentally fit. He should be what I want to call as holistically fit.
This is the final callback for the hottest summer event this year. We were so excited.
Marie Jones on
And there you have it. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a cloudy Sunday to everyone. My name is Dale, your entertainment news portal correspondent, and this is our Saturday Superbod exclusive. And it's actually raining, man. Yes, it is. We have one of the most promising official candidate of Century Tuna Superbuds 2020. And by the way, Century Tuna Superbuds is the hottest event this summer with over 1 million pesos in cash prizes. One male and one female candidate will be chosen as the next image model and ambassador of Century Tuna, winning 500,000 pesos each and some exciting perks. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you a while ago, our promising candidate this afternoon for Century Tuna Superbuds 2020, Mr. Robert Hamilton.
Hey guys, how you all doing today?
Hello, Robert. And of course, before we start our chit chat, I would like to remind everyone that if you have questions for Robert, just feel free to drop by the question at the comment section of this live. And if you want a shout out and a message, please feel free to write it down on, of course, on our comment section. And let's see, we have a video for Robert.
Hello, my name is Robert Hamilton. I'm 28 years old and I am a swim instructor. I believe that fitness should be more than just a short-term commitment, but rather a lifestyle. So that way when you're 50, 60, 80, even 100 years old, you'll still be able to have fun because that's what life's all about.
Wow, there's no age when you decide to become healthy and fit. I like that, Robert. So, how's life? I know you're in Atlanta right now. So, how's quarantine life there in Atlanta?
So it's actually pretty interesting. You would think for a well-developed country like America, things would be a little better off, but apparently there are a lot of people here in the States who believe that the COVID-19 is a myth or fake news. So they're going out and doing silly things, and now all these people are getting infected. So no surprise there. It's rather unfortunate, but yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. So our numbers have gone way up again. It doesn't look like they're particularly slowing down anytime soon.
Well, the same here in the Philippines. Actually, the numbers are getting higher every day. Although there are numbers of recoveries, but it's still getting up. Well, we are actually having a hard time flattening the curve. Okay, so you are a swimming instructor. So what would be your advice to someone who is afraid of drowning like me?
Uh, so my advice for you or anyone like you um, would be to take your time. Uh, One of the things that the old-fashioned way of coaching or teaching people how to swim would be to like throw people in the water and then hope that their flight um, system would kick in and they would just swim. But unfortunately, that is not always the case. So I would say making gradual challenges for yourself, like just getting in the water, getting used to the weightlessness of your body bouncing up and down. So just go to like a shallow end at first. Practice blowing bubbles. And I know it sounds silly, but when I teach kids, that's the best way to get them to be comfortable putting their face in the water. And the other thing too is to use like swim goggles as well, because then you can like look under and you can make more challenges. You could put like pennies or little pistols at the bottom of the pool, and you can reach down and try to grab them. Practice doing that, and then gradually get used to maybe trying to float on your back. Work on like kicking. There's a lot of YouTube videos and vital information that teaches you how to kick correctly and move through the water more efficiently. The number one reason why people drown is because they panic. And a lot of times they're always trying to fight gravity by pushing down in the water to go up, but they don't realize that you can't win against gravity, especially not in water. So people tend to actually drown from exhaustion of more than anything else.
So, before you are actually a competitive swimmer, so can you tell us when is the last time that you compete for a swimming competition, and what is your breakthrough in swimming?
So that was actually a good while ago. I would say one of the last meets I ever swam was in when I was 20. One of the last meets I swam was a sectionals meet. So they have these like these swim meets that are kind of college level esque type swim meets that you can go to, and I did okay. I didn't win anything, but that was probably the last race I did. And then as far as like my accomplishments and stuff, was mostly in the age group category. Um, I was actually terrified of the water when I was a kid. I nearly drowned. But then well, apparently I was afraid of my father more than I was of myself. Um, so I learned how to swim. But then when I learned how to swim, I actually ended up loving it. So I started swimming all these meets. I did really well. I have a lot of club swim records in different age group categories that have still not been broken to this day. So I guess that's a accomplishment. Been in the paper a few times, but that's about it. Nothing spectacular, but it was a good experience nonetheless, and I'm happy to share it with other people.
Well, experiences are the best accomplishments. I agree. You are really sporty. As I've read your bio, you are really sporty, and you're into archery also. Now, okay, tell us. I think a lot of women, and of course, a lot from the LGBTQIA wants to know. Has there a girl who hit you with her arrow of love? Or have you hit a girl or a special someone with your arrow of love?
So I I would say I've been getting like bombarded with a lot of arrows of love from all sides of the spectrum. But right now, I'm just kind of focusing on me at the moment, for the most part. But yeah, I'm still single, so just enjoying life for now. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of love from girls and guys, and it's just how it is, I guess.
Wow. Well, everyone, you've heard it. Robert Hamilton is single. To all the girls watching out there, Robert is single. Okay. Okay. So, what are the qualities you're looking for a woman or a girlfriend in case in the future?
So as far as like qualities I'm looking for someone who is strong and independent, doesn't really need me at all, actually, but really enjoys my company. Because, well, hold on, it actually makes more sense when I explain it. But
Okay.
let's say in the future I decide to have kids, or whether they're adopted or if they're my own biological children. I want to make sure that the person I'm with, if something, God forbid, were to happen to me, would be able to take care of them. And I would want to have that comfort in my heart, knowing that if something were to happen to me, that the kids would be okay.
Well, that's amazing. I've heard you're open for adoption, right? So yeah, okay, in America it's normal. Adoption is normal. I I'm I've watched several videos on YouTube that a lot of couples are adopting. So in case that you are already there on that moment, how are you going to see yourself in the process of adopting someone, or is there a standard for or a quality of a child that you are looking for to adopt?
A quality in a child I'm looking forward to adopt. Well, I've always wanted a daughter, actually, specifically a daughter. I always
Wow.
tell people, if I ever have, I will have as many sons as it takes to have a daughter. I am very adamant about having a daughter, and it comes from, and I know for sure because when I was coaching kids, uh, like over like the past summer and whatnot, they, I just fell in love with like the girls because it's interesting. Girls, they tend to mature a little quicker mentally, so they
Yeah.
listen better when they're kids. The boys, they're just their faces are in the water, they're kicking around, not really paying attention. But I guess the girls, I feel like I don't know, I just want a little princess to to take care of and
Yeah.
up and stuff.
Yes, the princess and the king. Okay. Now, we want to know who is Robert as a son.
What I'm looking for as a son, you said?
Yes, as a son to his mother and father.
Okay, so for a son, um, he's just gotta be there, I guess. No, no, I'm kidding. um, I suppose I hope that he has good qualities. I hope that he, respects women and men alike and does not believe to resort to violence or anything like that. I grew up in a very, uh, I guess, abusive household when I was a child, and that is something I hope that I can raise a child in such a way where they don't consider that something in their mind to do to someone else, to hurt someone in such a terrible way. And I guess that's what I'm looking for in a son, and hope that he can protect people around him who are not. able to protect themselves at that point in time, maybe he can stand up and uh, for them and guide them along the right path to recovery and safety should they ever be in a situation like that.
Okay, so if in case we're friends, okay, we're friends, we're like tropa barkada like that. What kind of friend is Robert Hamilton? If we hang out,
What
what
kind of
kind of friend are you? Yes.
Oh, I'm a troublemaker, just a wild card. I spread gossip. I tell people all kinds of crazy things. I do some crazy things every now and then, just to spice things up. But I guess I care a lot about what other people, what's going on in their lives as well. So I feel like I'm a very good listener. I listen to a lot of people's concerns, and I joke around a lot. And as far as like having fun, I love dancing. I don't dance anything in particular, but I just like a good rhythm where I can move to it, you know. And then I also
Wow.
yogi as well. So I have a lot of fun with that. I don't drink, but I am always the designated driver. So my friends, they get wasted. I just make sure they get home safely.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's well, that's very healthy. Okay, so I want to know what Filipino values have you learned, of course, from your mother that you are that you want to carry through this competition.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question one more time? It was about my mother or something about the
Yes,
Philippines.
what Filipino values have you learned from your mother that you would
Oh,
like to bring to you on this journey of Century Tuna Superbuds?
okay. So my mother was unfortunately very Americanized, but she does have a lot of good qualities. So um, she's very caring about other people and what they're going through. And I hope that I can extend that feeling of concern towards others around me, including their health and well being. Because with fitness and health, it's not just, you can't just think about yourself necessarily, because, you know, it is one thing to be healthy and be happy and thriving, but think about the other people in your life. You know, would you want them to be concerned about you as much if you are always having to see the doctor because you're in poor health? So I would hope that through my caring and just trying to spread the good word to pursue good health options and whatnot, that they would be pursuing a healthier lifestyle and hopefully convince others around them to spread a healthier and live a better lifestyle regarding health. So that way they can live longer, they can have fun with their friends longer, they can see their grandchildren, maybe even their great grandchildren. Uh, and my mom, she's diabetic.
Mm.
My grandparents are diabetic, and but when she found out, she's been trying to do a lot of things. She's lost over 20 pounds. She's been doing like a lot of Zumba stuff, a lot of little things
Yeah.
to do to stay active and hang out with friends, and making sure that she's controlling her diet so she can be around and hopefully see her grandchildren one day.
Okay, so you are well. I've read that you mentioned there on your bio being a geek. So what are the things that you would like to geek about?
Like gig about, you said?
Yes, you consider yourself a geek, right?
Oh, a geek. Oh, sorry. I thought you said gig. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. I do a lot of gigs, but yes, I am a geek. So uh, I love computers. I love video games. I actually
Wow.
build computers just as a hobby. So my computers at home, I've built them with my own hardware. I did my research, put them together,
Wow.
troubleshooting. Um, I like just tinkering with different technology and hardware. I'm always researching about new technologies that are coming out, like where the future is with vehicles and TV, even TVs. Like it's crazy how far we've gone, and cell phones. I know a lot about cell phones. I probably know too much about cell phones, but yeah, I guess in that sense, I'm pretty geeky. Plus, I love to play video games, like any other geek would, of course.
So do you play Dota?
Dota?
Yeah, because
I'm not that
that's
geeky.
uh, that
uh,
one is the what do you call it? Here in the Philippines, it's really really rampant
oh,
everywhere.
really?
Every yes,
Yeah, Counter,
teenagers, children's, yeah,
okay, Counter Strike also popular over there too.
yeah. Counter Strike, yes,
Yeah,
Counter
yeah, okay.
Strike.
I've tried
But
Dota too as well, but it was just I'm not into MOBAs that much, unfortunately. But I prefer more like single player games or
oh,
games with like a storyline where you progress. The only multiplayer type games I play are like battle royale modes, like in PUBG or sometimes Fortnite or sometimes any of those other games that are like that. I suppose that have that mode, like Call of Duty and those types of games occasionally.
okay, so you are someone who is really really a fan, or let's say you are inclined in technology. So um is there something that in the future, in case that you would like to contribute or invent
Uh,
uh, something that is about that something that would help, or that will what do you call this, something that would benefit the technology?
something that helps the technology. So
Yeah.
I suppose, gosh, there's a few things. I feel like for the most part, we're just on the right path to a lot of ideas. I think I would try to find something that we have, something that's being made. Maybe it's cars, electric cars, for example. I would figure out a way to make them more affordable, so for the general public. That way, more people have accessibility to that type of technology. A lot of times we push for these premium prices that, and I understand because it's all new technology, but there is a little bit of overhead that no one really talks about. And I feel like that makes it a little harder for these things to change. The other thing too is I would probably make a lot of those enhancements, whatever they may be, I would make them open source, you know, not proprietary. So that way other companies could have access to the same features or same technologies. And then it'll make all the prices drop because with the price and demand going up, the prices will go down and it would make those types of things cheaper. I think right now, though, cars, we still have time on those, but I think I would probably try and find a solution to make ventilators more affordable right now. I think that's something that we really need at the moment, and that's a little more important. The other thing too is probably more enhancements with reusable energy, like solar panels. We've been progressively getting better at that, and also energy density in batteries. We've been getting better with those as well, but it probably won't be another 8 or 10 years before we see something really substantial that can make a huge difference. I would just try to do something to help speed up that process, make it more accessible to the public and more affordable.
Wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I love that answer. I love what you've shared. I've learned so much again. You know what? I've interviewed some superbuds previously, and each time I'm interviewing you guys, I'm learning something new. And this is something that I've learned from you. We should do that actually. Something, since technology is prevailing in our society, then why not invent something that would benefit everyone for a cheaper price, and of course something that would benefit the environment. That is actually what we need, what the world needs.
That's true. 'Cause that's one of the issues. Like a lot of larger corporations, they tend to put a lot of emphasis on proprietary products to convince you to buy their product and only their product. Um, and a lot of times it's like really good ideas, but from what I've seen, time and time shows us that it only hinders progress. It slows it down. There's a lot of technology that's out there that could have been a lot further along had people like not held on to their patents as securely and gave them a little more flexibility. I mean, it was back then Apple sued Samsung because their phone was a rectangle, and they won
Mm.
amazingly. So I feel like those types of things not exactly that important. I mean, it's like suing someone over like the shape of a TV. A TV is a rectangle regardless. So there's like patents. Sometimes I think they get a little too ridiculous. I think if they just were a little less strict on that and made them a little more accessible, there would be ways to make all that technology accessible sooner. So that way you don't have to wait 14 years later or something for huge breakthrough or accessibility. So that way phone companies like Xiaomi, Oppo, and all the other ones, they don't have to like wait forever to release all these cool products that they have in the Philippines. Oh, actually, when I went to the Philippines, I bought a Xiaomi phone. I have it right here actually, and
Wow.
everything I needed to do, and it was only, gosh, what was it? Like I think eight 18,000 pesos or something. It was really
Yes,
cheap for
it's around there.
compared to like considering the features it has. The same phone here in the States would be over twice that amount for the same features. Um, so I think that's a good thing that that's happening in other countries that need it. But there are plenty of people here in the US as well who still do not have access to those features as well. And I think it would help out just across the world in general.
Wow. Now, it is also included in your bio that you are into photography. So, what
Oh, yeah.
subject or what particular theme are you passionate about in taking pictures?
Well, I just like being a pervert. No, no, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Um, no, no, but actually,
Oh my God.
sorry, I I saw opportunity, so
It's
I
okay.
jumped right in. No, no. That is a problem, though. Actually, a lot of places there are a lot of people who want to take pictures of models, but they're not really photographers. They're just perverts with cameras. But I'm not one of them. I
Yeah.
promise. So, I guess what attracted me to photography was actually before I even started modeling. This was when I was really young. I had to have been like, I think 17 years old. Yes, I had bought, I just grew fascinated by like taking photos. I was very introverted in those days. I didn't talk at all, didn't have any friends. But I had bought like this PDA, a personal digital assistant. It's kind of like an iPhone without being a phone, but it had a camera. So I started taking photos with it. I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool! Let me take more photos." So I started taking photos of it, of stuff, and I started like trying to edit. I used Microsoft Paint, which is not good for editing at all, actually. But that was the only thing I could afford these days. Um, but then as time went on, I eventually decided to get like something a little better. So along came the iPhone 3G. I got the iPhone 3G. I jailbroke it because it couldn't copy and paste back then, but I made it do that later. So did that. I could take photos, and the photos were a lot better than the PDA. And then I just started, was like, you know what, this is good, but you know what's better than a phone? A real camera. So I bought a digital SLR, a Nikon D70S. It was, I guess, about, my conversion's really bad, but I think it was about 16,000 Filipino pesos. So I got a good deal on it. It was used. And I was taking photos with that. And then I got like the app Photoshop and I started using that, getting familiar with it. And I just fell in love with it. I just love being able to tinker with stuff, try different things. And then I started modeling. So I started getting familiar with like different posing methods. I started networking with very attractive people as well. And attractive people, they just stand there and they look good no matter what you do. So that was good practice. And I'm familiar with Photoshop. And I realized my style for photography is not, it's like subtle enhancements, or it's not subtle enhancements necessarily, but like like very subtle photoshops. I just make people look like they would on their best day. Um, so I just get rid of little things, but I don't do anything ridiculous. I know how to do the ridiculous things. I can make someone look 50 pounds lighter if I really wanted to. Uh, but that's against my integrity for that. I'd rather them just look the way they do. If it doesn't look good, that means the photo just wasn't good. But and then I've also been helping out other photographers as well with lighting and stuff. So they have me assist them. I set up lighting, so I'm familiar with how to set up lighting and other things for photography now as well.
Okay, so if we go back to the normal situation, then you came back here in the Philippines. I'll introduce you to my friends who are beauty queens. Then maybe I can introduce you as a photographer so that they could have a photo shoot with you.
That'd be
Yes,
fun.
and yes, they
Okay.
are beautiful Filipina beauty queens, beautiful at heart, inside and out. Okay, so we reached our first half of this live chat interview. Now, before we proceed to the next half, we have a simple game, and this game is what we call Picture Mo, Say Mo. So we grab
Okay.
5 photos from your social media accounts, then we will be flashing them one by one on the screen. So once a photo is being flashed, just tell us a short description or a short story behind that particular picture. Ready?
Hey, we'll see.
Okay, picture mo, saying mo. First picture.
Oh, okay.
There.
Um, spoiler alert, I was never a nurse at any point. This was actually on a movie set or a set for a TV show called the Red Band Society. And I was one of the featured background extras. I was supposed to be like a male nurse. And the girl I'm posing with, or I'm standing next to, that's one of my best friends, Abby Gamache. We actually got to know each other really well on that set because she was doing some background stuff, but she was also a stand-in. So when the camera people were setting up the scene, instead of having the actor stand in frame the whole time, they would just have her stand there, and then when it was time to bring the actors in, they would bring her in.
Yes, and let's have the second picture. Picture mo, say mo.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh man, I was quite the fairy. So that actually was a long time ago. My goodness. That was during Halloween. I think had to have
Ooh.
been one. I think I was 21 when that picture was taken, and I decided to dress up as a half-naked fairy. I had my speedo. I had some combat boots that I just had for some reason, and then I actually made those wings myself with my ex. Uh, and then the sunglasses, I got those from a dollar store, like really cheap. And then someone sold them later, just so you know. And then as far as the car, that was one of my best friends, Manuel Marte. He um, he let me just sit on his Mercedes, so I took the photo. The good times, man, good times. It was really cold that day, by the way. I know I look
Wow.
really, but it was freezing.
Okay, let's have the third picture. Picture mo, say mo.
All right. Okay.
Ooh.
Good memories here, man. We're going way back. Okay, so this was actually probably 2 or 3 months after I broke up with my ex. Um,
Oh,
but
okay.
anyway, my best friend Manuel Marte, who I mentioned earlier, he I guess he wanted to do like one of these runs. We have these things called like 5Ks and fun runs and stuff. This one was for a um like a color fun run. So it was like a 5K run, and they would like shoot all these like powders of different colors on you and stuff, and it was really fun. So it had us wear all white. This I just decided to bring the umbrella because it was hot and sunny, and it looked really fun. You know, I feel like it matched all the colors. And then anyway, he almost died on that run because he was so out of shape, but we made it.
Mhm.
He made it, and we just took these photos for fun, and that was it, I guess.
Okay, let's have the fourth picture. Picture mo, say mo.
All right.
Wow,
Oh,
astonishing.
okay. So these were taken last summer, actually, in Miami. Uh, yeah, in Miami, Florida. And there was this guy, West Phillips. He's a pretty well-known photographer, I think. He has like, I think over 25,000 followers. Um, so I drove all the way from Georgia to Miami, which is about, I would say, an 11-hour drive. I drove all the way there just to shoot with him, and he took these amazing photos. And then after that, I went straight home. I didn't even stay long, but it was totally worth it. Amazing guy to shoot with. Totally recommend him.
Okay, wow. Well, I'm impressed with this photo. This is really amazing, really striking. It was like OMG. Okay, okay. Let's have the last
Alone. Super.
picture. I think we have the fifth one, the last one. There.
Um, all right. So this one was during the Century Tuna Superbods, the casting, and I guess I think I made it at that point. I can't really tell. Like either I was walking up to the mic or I made it. I don't remember exactly, but I was pretty happy and very thankful to be part of the competition, to be considered one of the finalists. I'm very honored about that.
Yes, and congratulations for being one of the finalists. Okay, so
Thank
that's
you.
it. Our picture mo, say mo. Now,
That was
Robert,
really fun.
since um the last photo is about I think you were called as one of the official finals, or it's the final screening. What is your greatest motivation? Why you joined the Century Tuna Superbods?
So my motivation was actually this year in was actually my first time ever in the Philippines. I had never been out there before, and so I went out there. I took a jump. And I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. So I go out to the Philippines, try and do my modeling thing and whatnot. And a good friend of mine, Don Lau, he told me about the competition. He was like, hey, you should join the Century Tuna Superbods. I think you do really well in it. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, I looked into it. I saw what the message was about, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to promote fitness and health for people around me and people in other countries as well. And so I signed up, and I guess here I am now. I'm very thrilled. It's been a crazy ride with all the things that have gone on this year, but I am very honored to be there, whether in person or just through the internet.
So, what was your reaction during that time that you were called as one of the official candidates? Well, actually, let me tell you that I've watched a video at the backstage that you were there lined up. Uh, then they are calling you one by one as official candidate. What was
Yeah.
your reaction when you were called?
Oh, um, something inside me told me I was going to be one of the finalists. So when I heard it, I was very happy, like super duper happy. But at the same time, like I had a feeling like in my heart that like I wasn't super surprised either. But yeah, I heard it and I was like, heck yeah. Went up there and geez, it was a very good feeling to be up there with all the other finalists as well. And the other who really stood out, I think Albert in particular, he was basically crying, I think, right, if I remember correctly. But he was, because he had tried to do the competition more than once, and I think he didn't quite make it, but this time he did. So he was very thrilled, and that made me feel good to see that to understand the significance that this competition means to other people as well. Because remember, I had never heard about Century Tuna or even the brand itself until I went to the Philippines. So there was no way for me to understand the significance it has in the Filipino community. So once I saw Albert, actually, I felt very honored, and I felt um, that very grateful because not a lot of people will have this opportunity to be part of this competition.
Yes, I think Albert tried 3 times. The third time is when he became an official candidate. Um, have you tried the Century Tuna? Have you
Have I
tried? Have you
tried what?
tasted it? Yeah, the Century Tuna.
Have I tried it?
The
Oh,
tuna in
it's really good. Oh my goodness. My favorite is the spicy one because I love spicy food, and man, that one's my favorite for sure. But I've tried most of them. They all taste fantastic, and it just depends how you prepare them. While I was in the Philippines, I made like a tuna adobo little spread thing. I found a tutorial online, so I made it. I marinated the tuna with some vinegar and soy sauce and a few other things. But when I misunderstood the instructions because I'm not a chef, and I accidentally put like an entire like knot of garlic in there, but it just wanted like two little cloves. And yeah, I mean, I definitely smelled like garlic after, but it was still very good.
yes, but I would like to tell you that you will not mess up with garlic. Remember that. The secret for a Filipino food is that you have to be generous in terms of garlic, onion, ginger. Those are the things that would make or that would spice up your food.
Okay, I'm writing
So
notes right now.
you did good. You did really good. In
Thank you.
adobo,
I'm not-
if you put a lot of garlic, it would taste a lot better. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. It's really good. I really enjoy the tuna. Century tuna's canned tuna is really good. I highly recommend it if you haven't tried it. And actually, I feel like it tastes better than a lot of the options here in the States, actually. I've tried a few other tuna fish brands out here, and um, they don't have a lot of variety in comparison. I think that's one of the main areas where Century Tuna has a significant advantage over other brands here in Western culture, anyway.
Okay. So now I want to know, since we are in quarantine, gyms are closed. So how do you maintain that healthy and fit body? Oh my god, those abs, those chests, those biceps. Oh my god, how do you maintain that?
Um, well, usually I have a joke. I always tell people, I'm not sure if it's inappropriate, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Usually I tell people lots of sex.
Oh my
But
god.
these are troubling times, you know. It's hard to go out there and have fun like that. So I guess I just work out at the house now. Well, actually, I never really had a gym membership for the longest time um, because I've been able to do a lot of my exercises on a mat or with like some weights I have around the house or with a pull-up bar. So most of my workouts are geared towards calisthenics anyway. And with my swimming background, when I had access to a pool of water, for me, that is the best way to stay lean, to stay in shape, is to swim because it has almost zero impact on your joints. So it's something you can do for a long time, even as you get older, compared to running. Because running, as you get older, you know your knees will start to fail you, and you won't be able to do it quite the same when you're 50 or 60. But with swimming, because it has such a low impact on your joints. You can do it well into your 80s. They even have water aerobics classes for the elderly, and it helps with arthritis, and it's really good for physical therapy as well. So if you have injuries, swimming is also a good alternative for that as well.
Yes, definitely. Swimming. A lot of people are telling me and my friends that swimming is a really good exercise. Now, just a follow up question: what is your gym routine during this? I know you're staying at home. What is your gym routine?
So I guess for my gym routine, I do mostly mat work. So I have like a special routine I do, and I will share it actually at some point during this competition because spoiler alert, they're gonna have us do some special videos. So
Wow.
you'll get to see some of the workouts. But yeah, most of my work is on the mat. I at one point in time I had a certification in mat Pilates. So I've taken a good bit of that knowledge and applied it to myself, and what kind of routines I do. So I do a lot of my work on the mat. I do a lot of ab workouts. Um, I started doing some running again because I can't go to a pool right now because in Georgia we don't have a lot of like the ocean nearby, so we have to go to pools, and unfortunately, a lot of those pools are closed or dangerous because of the coronavirus. So I've been having to just do runs or biking, and then even there's even a mountain. I do hiking a little bit as well, just to keep some cardio going. But you can also use a jump rope. I use a jump rope sometimes as well. So I make sure I get good cardio. I get a lot of calisthenic stuff. I do a lot of push-ups, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of abs, good bit of leg stuff as well. And just try to keep everything as balanced as possible. That's one thing I would recommend is that make sure that you are working all your muscles and not just specific ones like in the front. Because if you only work the muscles in the front of your body, the muscles in your back will get very weak, and then you'll be more prone to injury. So, yeah.
Well, how about what do you eat in a daily basis? Of course, you have a strict diet. Can you share to us the meal intake
Diet?
of a
What
superbud?
is a diet? I don't. What is that? Is that even a word? What does that mean? I don't diet. Get out of here. Actually, I don't have a super strict diet. Um, but I would like to say that I am conscious about what I eat, even though I do not have a strict diet. So I'm always listening to my body. Like I try not to overindulge on something. I make sure that I only eat when I'm hungry. And if I think I'm hungry, I drink some water first to make sure I'm not dehydrated. So I feel like that helps out a lot. I'm just listening to my body for the most part. And as far as like eating, I just make sure that um, you want to look at your food and try to make sure that you're eating a whole healthy diet in the sense that you have a lot of greens in your food as well, not just all the brown stuff. Make sure you have colorful fruits, colorful vegetables. You want to be eating those as well. And then some meats, if you do eat meat, some are better than others in a sense. Like there are leaner proteins, there are leaner birds. So sometimes if I'm at a restaurant and I have the option between turkey or chicken, I would usually get the turkey option because turkey is a leaner bird and has more protein, less fats. So it's a healthier alternative. So in that sense, I'm always watching when I eat, but no particular strict diet. I don't count my calories. I just listen to my body.
Wow. Um, do you have what do you call cheat days? And if so,
Cheat
what
Those
what is
aren't cheat days.
actually you are craving
Let's
for?
clarify on that. I don't want. Okay, we should stop calling them cheat days because that implies that you're cheating yourself out of life. Life is fun, right? So we're gonna call those fun days,
Okay.
because you reward yourself for your hard work, right? You should never, you should always be able to enjoy anything in moderation is perfectly fine. If you want to have some donuts here and there, no problem, right? It's just when we overindulge, when we eat too much, that's when it becomes a problem. So we're not going to call them cheat days. I won't call them cheat days. I refuse to call them cheat days. They are fun days. They are reward days. Those are you get those because you know and you deep down inside that you earned that food. You earned that whatever it is that you're trying to eat. That's what you deserve.
Wow. That's Robert Hamilton 2020. Fun days. Okay, I'll take note of that. Instead of cheat days, I will, or most people now will be calling it fun days. And that is Robert Hamilton 2020. Okay. So yes. Now what I just want to know your thoughts about keto diet and intermittent fasting. And what is your thoughts about those people who are doing it?
Okay. I personally have not tried the keto diet specifically. Um, and I've kind of dabbled with intermittent fasting a little bit, but It's more of a result of me just listening to my body. I usually just make sure I'm actually hungry before I eat. It's not exactly the same. I know it's not. But I do have some friends who have tried intermittent fasting and they have tried the keto diet. And for some of them, it was fantastic. It worked for them. Whereas others, not quite as much. And sometimes it's just because it didn't work for them specifically. Maybe they just couldn't find the determination to do it, to find themselves to do it. So really, if I had any advice about dieting, if you are to go dieting, um, try your best to test it out. But ultimately, you want to find something that you are happy with above anything else. Don't follow the latest thing just because it's a fad or because everyone's doing it, it's trending on Twitter or YouTube or Instagram. Try it because you're genuinely interested in it. And I guarantee you will always find better results that way, whether it's dieting, whether it's exercising. Go to what you want to do. Go to something you find enjoyable, is what I would say.
Yes, I like that. Okay, so um, fun fact about you: your birthday is April 14. Okay,
That is
the
correct.
same day that Abraham Lincoln was shot on his head, and the same
Yeah.
day that the Titanic hit the iceberg. Now, I'll have a simple question.
Yes.
Okay, since one remarkable day about your birthday is the Titanic hitting the iceberg. If you will be Jack, who would you like to be your Rose? Anyone in mind and why?
Anyone?
Yes,
Like,
any
like the
girl.
or just anyone in life.
Just
Um,
anyone, just anyone. Just anyone, maybe a Hollywood star
uh,
or a Filipino actress.
this is gonna be completely random, but I do have a celebrity crush. Halle Berry. That's who.
Ooh, wow, she's amazing, and that
She
exotic
aged
beauty. Oh my God.
gracefully. It's like she never ages or something. But yeah, I have a huge celebrity crush on Halle Berry. Uh, yeah, I would have. She would be the one I would drown for. Freeze to death and drown to my death. Yes.
Oh my God. Well, Halle Berry is really, really someone that we every woman should look up to, and of course, she is a big Hollywood star, and she's a beauty queen. She is a beauty
Yes,
queen.
she
Okay,
is.
so
She was
okay,
amazing. She was amazing in John Wick 3 as well. So saw that, and the only reason why I watched Catwoman, which is a terrible film by the way, but if you do watch it, Halle Berry did just fine in it. So
wow. Okay, Robert, who do you think is your biggest competition from your fellow male finalists in the Century Tuna Superbod, and why?
so for the male, I guess I would say Enzo would be my biggest competitor. He has a very optimistic personality, very encouraging. It's the right kind of marketability I feel that Century Tuna could use, and I feel like he fits that demographic very well. He's very educated with health and fitness, and yeah. So, and he's also a very good looking guy. So he's got a lot of good things in his checklist, and I feel like if it was a guy, he'd be my biggest competitor.
And what do you think is your advantage among your fellow male finalists?
Um, I'm prettier.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Well,
I agree.
aside,
Thumbs up.
I tell myself that at night. But I guess um, I feel like I have a good marketability, not just for Century Tuna in the Philippines, but also in other countries as well. Because from my understanding, Century Tuna has been expanding to even out to Western culture. They have some of their brand in certain WalMarts from what I've heard, and I feel like I could help with that transition better because I was born and raised here in the United States. So I do have that advantage for me as well. And I already model, so I know how to work in front of the camera, I know how to pose in front of the camera. And then combined with my knowledge base about personal health and fitness, I think I have a good shot.
Yes, and what advice would you give to someone who is starting to into fitness, into a healthy lifestyle, having gym, of course, and watching strictly the food intake? What advice would you give to that particular someone?
Um, so if I had any advice, results take time. So I know it's like very easy to look at all these Instagram photos of the before and after, but you have to remember that those people started from somewhere and it took them time to get from where they were to where they are now. So um, with when you're trying to pursue that journey, it may seem like an impossible obstacle at first. And the hardest part is starting for most people. But if you stay the course, you do little changes every day. Don't go all out, balls to the wall or whatever. Just take your time, gradual changes so it turns into a habit, so it turns into a lifestyle. Um, a lot of people in the US especially fall into this trend of like trying out the newest fitness fad, and they'll do it for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. They'll be like, wow, I'm looking really good. And then they'll just stop because they want results right away. They don't have the patience. Take your time, right? You can still enjoy the things you want. If you drink a lot of soda, for example, just drink a little less. If you drink like really sweet teas, start diluting it with a little bit of water, or put less sugar in it. Over time, you will get used to how that tastes, and then start transitioning again until eventually you're just drinking flavored water. That's one way that you can lose weight or pursue a healthier lifestyle without doing anything else. That one little change over the course of 6 months is actually quite substantial. And then if you combine that with, let's say you spend a lot of time on a computer, you're not really getting up, go ahead and walk around your office, every now and then, right? And then as time goes on, go and try to do something fun outside. Go on a hike. Um, go travel. Do something where you're being a little more active, and just do that a little more each day. And then you will see that after 6 months, after a year, even after 5 years, you will see that not only have you changed your appearance, but you have changed your mentality and you've changed your lifestyle for a long-term commitment towards a healthy life.
Wow, yes. Well, actually, that question is really close to my heart because I'm at my 30s. I'm actually 32 right now, and this time is the time that I really get serious in changing my lifestyle because before I really eat a lot of
Especially in
rice.
the
Yes,
Philippines, you gotta eat more.
yeah, and well, right now I am balancing my meal, so I had only a cup of rice for my breakfast and a lot of protein. For my lunch,
That's
a
good.
cup of rice, then whatever viands or ulam, what they as they call here, whatever my mom cooks. So a cup that's for lunch, a cup of rice and a viand. Then for dinner, I have apple.
That's good. Yeah, see, that's a good step in the right direction. And are you comfortable with that current diet?
Yes, I'm comfortable. Yes, my body is
So,
actually
yeah, that,
it's not having a hard time adjusting to this what do you call this with this routine. Then since I have a hypertension, I could not do the the usual gym routine. So every morning I see to it that I walk. So
That's
earlier this morning I had 10,000 steps. Yeah.
That's awesome. And see, that's just like gradual changes like that. After 6 months, that'll be so easy to be like, I can do something more, later on. But for now,
Yeah.
that's great. I'm sure you're feeling better. You're probably sleeping better. I mean,
Yes.
I'm so happy for you.
Well, thank you because I'm learning actually. I'm also learning from you guys. You're amazing, all of you. The Superbuds, you are all amazing. Okay, so
Uh,
going back, going back. Now, if you win Century Tuna Superbuds, what are we going to expect from you?
well, you're gonna expect to see this ugly face all over the place. Okay, well, I'm not ugly, but yeah. So I'm from my understanding, and like I said, I haven't personally first time ever doing any pageants, first time doing any of this. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to promote the brand like anyone should. So you'll see me promoting Century Tuna a lot, but not just their brand specifically, but what they're trying to promote as well, which is health. So you'll see me promoting health and fitness. I feel like I'm hoping I can get back to the Philippines. That's the goal. If I get back there, I want to go around and try to offer maybe like some swim lessons, try to do some fun stuff like that. Maybe like a fun hike with a bunch of strangers. Just all these people, different walks of life, pursuing their own journey in health and fitness. I would love to do that to everyone to collaborate, to network, because that's another thing too. It's a good way to have a healthier lifestyle is to surround yourself by people who also want the same thing. So by creating little events like that, where always people get together, they talk about their own fitness journeys, I think people will realize that they are not alone in their journey for health and fitness. And so I would like to put emphasis on that. I would like to um, learn how to cook so I can show you guys some healthier meals. Good thing I'm very good at following instructions, so it won't be too hard for me to figure out some good recipes to help promote good meals that everyone can cook, save some money, because that's another thing I did not mention that I love doing. I love saving money. I brag about it all the time, how much money I save, because, why spend, a bunch of money on a phone where you can buy one that does the same thing and half the price. Um, I'm definitely an advocate for saving money as well. So, and fitness, a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to go to a fancy gym. As long as you have an open space, um, and maybe a mat if you don't want to hurt your back or something, you can definitely obtain a healthy lifestyle. It's really not that hard. It's just you have to be consistent and you have to want to do it, because at the end of the day, everyone can show you all of these paths to take to have a healthier lifestyle, but it's up to you to take them.
Okay, so I think you could also be a financial advisor, having said that a while ago. And, and I think with that looks, you could get a lot of clients. And of course, as a swimmer, as a swimming instructor, of course,
Yes.
maybe you could get a lot of clients. Oh, this is our instructor. Oh my God, like
Yeah.
that.
You're like, oh my God, teach me how to swim.
Yes. No, okay. So your birthday is April 14. If in case you're here in the Philippines and you are staying in a condo like that, and the team of Entertainment News Portal crashed you on your condo, what specialty of Robert Hamilton will you prepare for us? Since you
Wait, so
like to
what
cook,
crashed
right?
into my condo? Because interestingly, I was staying in an apartment when I was in the Philippines, but what was the thing that crashes into the apartment or condo?
Yes, our team, our the Entertainment News Portal. Me, Arvin, of course. If we
Oh,
visit, yeah,
um,
if we visit
well,
you
I
one
would
day, Yeah, what are you going to prepare for us?
Okay, well, if y'all crashed into the building, I would be like, "Oh my God, are you guys okay?" I would be genuinely concerned for your health and well-being. But if you guys are fine, and after any insurance claims are taken care of for the damage to the building, I would invite you guys to see if you want to go get something to eat, or if you guys want to do something else. I mean, I'd be happy to hang out with you all.
Yes. My question is, what since you like to cook, so what are you going to prepare for us?
Oh, well, I will prepare whatever is good on YouTube because, like I said, I don't know how to cook very well yet. I do know how to make an omelet. I can make a pretty good omelet, and I know how to make that Century Tuna adobo tuna
Wow.
meal thing that I made. So probably something basic like that. But if I have more time, I can look online and learn how to make something. I would go the extra mile to make something new for you guys.
Okay, now let's have our fast talk. Okay, so
Oh,
I'll be mentioning it one by one. Just pick one from the two options. Okay?
okay.
So start.
Yes.
Okay. Cardio yoga.
Sorry, what was the question?
Cardio or yoga?
I heard the second one. I do like yoga. I'll go with that.
Okay. Push ups or pull ups?
Uh, Push-ups, they're a better full body workout if you engage all the right muscles.
Okay. Heavy lifting or CrossFit?
Ugh, neither. No, I'm kidding. I would go with the heavy lifting. CrossFit. I'm not a huge advocate for CrossFit because a lot of people get injured on CrossFit because they're so worried about doing as many reps as they can that they sacrifice technique. We never want to sacrifice technique in any exercise because you're setting yourself up for injury.
Okay. Bike or treadmill?
What was the first question?
Bike or
Oh,
treadmill?
bike because I love the scenic route.
Abs or biceps?
I'm definitely an ab guy. Lots of abs.
Okay. Free weights or machine?
Free weights. You can do more with that.
Marathon or Zumba?
Zumba. I love dancing.
Yeah. Okay. Leg day or rest day?
What was it? Leg day, you said?
Yes, leg day or rest day.
Um, well, I normally I would do leg day, but I'm a little sore right now, so the other one.
Okay. Okay. Let's have hiking or surfing.
I've never surfed before. Let's go with that.
Okay. Let's have lean beef or chicken breast.
I like that chicken.
Okay. We have steak or sushi.
Sushi, you said?
Yeah.
Sushi. Yeah, we'll go with sushi on that.
Pizza or burgers.
Burgers. Oh man, we have great burgers in Atlanta.
Filipino food or American food.
I miss that Filipino food so bad.
Okay. Will it be romantic dinner or outdoor adventure?
Um, well, you know what? With COVID-19, I'm really feeling that outdoor adventure right now.
Okay. Is it boxers or briefs?
Commando. Well, I guess I'd go with briefs if I had to choose. I actually wear boxer briefs most of the time, so it's like a hybrid version of them.
Okay, just choose one. Okay, just choose one. From your fellow male Superbud finalists, just choose one. I would like to spend the quarantine with.
You said the male
Yes,
competition?
male. One of your fellow
You know,
male.
Enzo, actually, yes. Enzo, even though I feel like he's my biggest competitor, I feel like he would also be one of my best friends because he's a very pleasant guy. I can just feel his energy, his positivity. I feel like we'd be on the same page in a lot of things.
Okay, again. Now this time, just choose one from your female Superbud finalist. If I would be in quarantine, I would spend it with.
Um, Geez, I know that Kay said that she would choose me because I'm her partner, but I'm not that nice. I think well, I've been chatting a lot with Kai lately. She's really cool, and I feel like she would probably be the. We have a lot in common. I think I'd probably be Kai.
Yes. Well, Robert, now I'll give you the chance to, of course, promote your advocacy for this Century Tuna Superbuds 2020. Your how are we, uh, or how are we going to help you in this journey and promote also your official social media accounts so that everyone could follow you or could like you or could add you. It's your turn.
Okay, so yes, you all can follow me on my Facebook account. But please stop sending me pictures of penises. Please. I'm getting a lot of
Okay.
them, and I do appreciate the gesture, but yeah, I don't want any more of those. But and the other way you can also support me is to follow me on Instagram at Robert Hamilton underscore official. I post a lot of content on there because I don't post that much on Facebook. I'm not really on there, but I'm always on Instagram. I'm always posting stories whenever I can. I'm posting all those sexy photo shoots. I got a lot of sexy photo shoots on Instagram. So you all can go look at that. As far as supporting me for in this competition, there are going to be some videos coming up. I can't say exactly what they are, but you will hear about them on other people's stories and whatnot. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can keep up to date with that, and then go and vote for me. I'll provide information on how to do that when the time comes, and just vote for my videos, and you'll see. I think you'll like them anyway, but just make sure you vote too. That will really help me with potentially winning this competition.
Okay, and of course, thank you very much for this wonderful day. I say day because it's 6:05 in the evening now here in the Philippines, and it's 6:01 a.m. I believe
Yeah,
there in.
it's 6 a.m. in Atlanta.
Yes, and to all our subscribers, thank you so much for watching this video, and please do follow our official social media accounts, our official Facebook page at Entertainment News Portal. Type on the search sorry just type on the search engine of your Facebook Entertainment News Portal, then just follow, like, and subscribe. And our official website at www.entertainmentnewsportal.com, and our official YouTube channel at Arvin Cabachete. All our live interviews are simultaneously broadcast on our official Facebook page, on our official website, and on our official YouTube channel. And by the way, I would like to thank Kathleen, Superbad Kathleen Patton, yesterday for a wonderful live chat interview. And ayun po. You can also follow me on my personal social media account at Dale_off_. ENP1988. That's my IG. That's my Instagram account. And Dale Gregory D. Medina on Facebook. Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much for this wonderful and meaningful day you've spent with our team. Thank you so much. And sabi nga ng Century Tuna Superbods, hashtag stay strong. Not only
Yes.
stay
Thank you
safe,
so
but
much, Sir
stay,
Dan.
yes, just stay strong, okay? Lahat, everything will go back into normal. Just follow the protocols. And of course, we want to achieve that normal situation. Not new normal, but the normal one. So we could catch up again. Come on, we miss hugging each other. We miss, we miss holding hands of each other. We miss chikahan. Okay, so yun lang po mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat. And later this afternoon, this evening rather, we will have Superbod Astrid Hernandez at 8 p.m. on Entertainment News Portal. So, abangan niyo po at manood po kayo mamaya. Okay, so maraming salamat po muli. Robert, thank you very much and have a great evening ahead, everyone. Goodbye.
All right. Take care, guys.